Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Commodity Research Club and a live show on Commodity Weekly Outlook, where we dive deep into everything related to bullion, energy, base metals, and more. Again, the today's session is going to structure in two parts. The first will be fundamental analysis. We'll begin by exploring the key factors driving the commodity markets. Our focus will be on core concepts and essentials economic data that shapes our analysis. Second will be the technical analysis. In that part, I'm going to share my screen with an interactive session and we'll analyze the charts and data to understand market trends and price movements in detail. So let's dive in. Summary for gold price movement is like gold has surged to a new all-time high that is around about 2610 on Friday, driven by the growing expectation that the global central banks will follow the Federal Reserve leads in easing monetary policy and cutting interest rate. So now why is it important? Well, lower interest rate reduces the opportunity cost of holding gold and non-yield assets, making it more attractive to investors, right? So let's break it down. Following Wednesday's decisions, we saw that the South African Reserve Bank cut its key interest rates by 25 basis point on Thursday. That is for the first time since pandemic hit in 2020. Also, the Philippine central banks went even further, slashing interest rate by whopping around 250 basis point to 7% on Friday. So now all eyes are on the Reserve Bank of India, which is widely expected to follow and cut rates in line with the Fed at its next meeting. Although the China Central Bank, which is Public Bank of China, left its key lending rates unchanged last Friday, we should note that its 1 year and 5 years loan prime rates are already at record low, which is around 3.35% and 3.85% respectively, because they have already have cut rates in July. So meanwhile, the Bank of Japan also kept rates steady despite some speculation of possible hike. So, however, we should not forget about the broader global risk, that is, geopolitical tensions are also at play here. So, like for instance, Israel recent action in Lebanon involving the use of explosive pagers and walkie-talkies against Hezbollah are increasing concern of Middle East conflicts. So, rising global geopolitical risk often fuels demand for gold as a safe haven, so which could support the gold price. So while gold has rise impressive, so there is a few force at play that might impact where it's going to be next. So keep an eye on global central bank policy, geopolitical development, as they will continue to be a key driver for the gold trajectory. Next, we will talk about the crude oil. Oil prices have rise amid Middle East tensions and rate cut hopes. Oil prices climb on Monday as rising tension in Middle East pushed traders to factor in the higher risk premium. Additionally, the possibility of lower interest rate boosted hopes that the global demand for oil would improve. So, crude oil prices are recovering from near 3 years low, with supply disruption caused by the hurricanes tightening the market. Also, the Fed cut rates lifts oil prices. So last week, sharp interest rate cut by the Federal Reserve raised expectations for economic growth, which could lead to increased demand for oil. So traders are now awaiting for more economical cues this week, including speeches from Fed official like Chair Powell had. There is a speech, and also the release of Fed preferred inflation measures (PCE) price index on Friday. In addition to the Fed, other central banks such as Swiss National Bank and Sweden central banks are also expected to cut interest rate this week, further influencing market sentiments. So, also the Middle East tensions are fueling the concern of for the crude oil prices. So ongoing conflicts in the Middle East continue to push oil prices higher, and Israel airstrike in Gaza and Lebanon have fueled concern of wider conflicts, especially as Hezbollah threatens retaliation. So this constant instability in an oil-rich region raises fear of potential supply disruption, which could tighten global oil market coming further. So keep an eye on the global development and central bank action, as there will be likely to continue and impact oil prices in the coming days. So let's come to base metals. Copper has reached to 2 months high amid Fed rate cuts. So copper has surged to 2 months high, capping off all the strong week for the metal because of Federal Reserve recent half point interest rate cut. Right. So base metals have been rising along with other global assets after Fed started the easing cycle on Wednesday. So, positive US jobless data further boosted the hopes for the soft landing for the US economy. Also, the signs of improvement in China is important. In China, the metal market is also showing some positive sign. Premiums on imported copper hits their highest level of 2024 this week, and inventories are also starting to drop. So earlier in August, base metal fell to multi-month low due to weak China demand and uncertainty about the global economy. However, the Fed rate cut has helped improve the market sentiments, although the concerns over the upcoming US presidential elections are still affecting some risk appetite. So this improved outlook could continue to support metals, but keep an eye on global events that might shift market sentiments. So that was all about the fundamental side. Let me quickly share my screen with you all for technical reasoning. Share screen. So hope everyone can visible my screen. We'll talk about gold. See, you can see here gold is having a good resistance near 74,700 range, right? See the high 74,400, 74,700. So it has reached to the horizontal line resistance level. So there is a good chance if it's break above 74,700, we could see the new rally in the gold prices. Since, like, in last where we had heard the news of custom duty cuts, so it has fallen to almost 67,400 level. Since then it has never made a new low, since it is making higher lows only, right? So also there is a bullish crossover from various moving average. So if it's like, if gold prices are not are not giving any fresh high, so there is a chance like we should there will be a bearish reversal only if it's turned below 72,800 levels. So above that level we are not expecting any reversal from down, like, downside reversal. Yes, there is a strong resistance near 74,700 levels. If it is break above, then only we can expect some further rally. Otherwise, there will be some sideways momentum where downside 73,000, even 72,900 is going to support, and upside 74,700 will be the resistance. So overall, there is a positive sideways to positive outlook for gold technically. Second is silver. As we can say, like, there is a symmetrical triangle formation, and there is positive crossover, but it is same like gold. Silver is also facing a resistance of a trend line, which where you can see. So breakout above 90,700, 800 level is going to give up the fresh rally, otherwise we can see a sideways momentum again. So we have to keep an eye on the fundamental factors to give boost to technical, right? If there is no movement, is there, if there is no news or something global, there is no global tensions, so there will be chance like it will going to be a sideways market, and downside 87,000 and upside 91,000, it's going to be the tight range. If suppose if it is giving a breakout above 90,800 level, we can see the fresh rally which could be the height of this much above, it can go to 97,500 level also. So in silver, we are expecting sideways to upside movement. Upside movement is expected if it is giving breakout above 90,700 levels, right? So it is still on the resistance level. We have to see the good volumes and breakout above this level to see further upside rally. Otherwise, it's going to be a sideways momentum in silver. Downside, there is a support of 88,250 level, 87,300 level, right? Let's come to crude oil. Crude oil is forming, it has given already a reversal from this level. It has not gone further below 5500 level, but it has come to a level where it has given a breakdown of its support zone, which is around 6000, right? So it is there is a chance it's going to be sideways, or it's going to be consolidate at this level 6000 level. Above 6000 level only we can expect some further rally, though it is trading about 21 days moving average, which is the monthly moving average, which is 5980 level, right? So 5980 is a good level. Below that, we can see some sideways momentum, and of course, it has reached to the support level, which was the support level before. So now it is going to, this level is going to be a resistance level. So further that we can see a, here it will be difficult for crude oil. If it is, suppose if there is nothing supportive news or something, we can see some sideways momentum here. And even downside, the support is going to be, there are some few supports like 5800 and even 5750 level. There is a small support near this. If support, if suppose if it is not breaking above 6000 level, we can expect some sideways momentum, sideways to downside momentum. But overall we have to wait for a reversal from this level to go short, right? So in crude oil we are expecting some sideways momentum as it is near to resistance zone, right? Talking about natural gas, natural gas is sustaining about 200 levels since last two trading days, and it has reached to the 205 level, which is major resistance. Above that, we can see the fresh rally, or else 199, 190, 187 is will be a good support. And upside above 205, we can see a fresh rally, and up if suppose it gets if it cross about 205 level, we can see the 220 levels very soon. Otherwise sideways momentum, like if suppose if it is hurdling at this level, we can see the sideways momentum, and 199, 190, 187, 181 is a good support. So there will be sideways to upside movement in natural gas about 200. Talking about copper, so copper, as we said, the fundamentals is supporting right now, and it has given a breakout of this horizontal trend line, right? So above, this is the October contract. So above 820 levels, there will be chance of sideways to upside movement. It can even come to 840 levels, right? Downside 819, 808 will be the very strong support. Okay, so that's all about today's session. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Just a second. Mm. Okay. So, okay, that's all for the session. Thank you all for joining. Thank you.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.